What's up, guys? It's officially 2026. So, I know people usually do their reviews before the year actually ends. It is 12:02 right now. It's 2026. Isn't that interesting? Also, sorry for the plain background. I'm not at college right now, so I'm at my house and I live in the basement. Yay! So with that, we're gonna get right into my 2024 book review. Disclaimer, I do not have any of these books in physical form. I listened to all of them on Audible, except for 2 of them, but as I said, I'm at home right now, and so some of my books are at college, and I read them at college, so they're not here, and some of them are my mother's, and I'm not gonna go into her room while she's sleeping. She's asleep. I'm not gonna wake her up just so I can make a video. Goodness. So, anyways, getting right into it. My computer reset. It's a new year. Let me go back. Past challenges and goals. I do know. Okay. So, I read I read a total of 13 actual books, and I read one kid's book that I put on my Goodreads just because I felt like the number was really low this year. In 2022 or 2023, I read 101 books, so this was really low this year. We started the year off strong in February with The Storied Life of A.J. Fikry. Haley Pham really enjoyed it. I know some other people really enjoyed it, but Haley Pham was the one that enticed me to read it. So that is why I read it. I loved it so much. Yes, I gave it 4 stars, but if I were to be on Fable instead of Goodreads, it would be a 4.5. Just because it was so compelling and it was easy to follow, and what the fuck? Just because it was so easy to follow and really enticing. Overall, really great story. I do recommend you should read it if you have the time. The audiobook on Audible is phenomenal to listen to, so if you don't have time to sit down with a book, that is a good one to listen to. I listened to it on my car drive to college at the start of the year. The second book I read, do not judge me. Do not judge me. The second book I read was Verity, by Colleen Hoover. So, honestly, I don't remember it. I read a lot of books. I read 4 books within one day. So they're all kind of squishing together in my big brain right here. Also, I was taking chemistry that semester, and I'm really bad at chemistry. I give it 2 stars. Verity by Coho got 2 stars. Wow, what a shock. I don't remember what happened. So give me a second to recap. Oh, is it that book? It's something like I've read before, that's for sure. Yes. So some dude's wife wrote part of a book. It's unfinished, and so this chick she like is supposed to go back and write the book, but it turns out like it's a sick and twisted, I don't know, it's really not the best. I did read it in like 2 hours, so if you're a fast reader and you just want a really shitty book to read, this is the one to read. Verity is that kind of book, so cool. I don't want to look like a potato, hang on. The next book I read very shortly after Verity, as in I hated the ending of Verity so bad, so I got a new book, is The Answer Is No by Frederick Backman. It's a novella, actually, but like all of Frederick Backman, I'm gonna learn how to pronounce authors' names eventually. Like all of his books, this one was really freaking good, especially after Verity. I think it was only 60 or 80 pages. How do I view how many pages it is? Novella, blah blah. 68 pages. 7. So 68 pages, really cute story. Just really chaotic. 67 pages. I would read it again. I rated it 3 stars, but you know, it's whatever. It's whatever. Oh, and then, even though I read this in the wintertime in February, I read Just for the Summer. So we're getting into the summer books now, and I'm starting to talk faster, actually. So I'm gonna slow my freaking roll. Not sponsored by Carhartt, please sponsor me. I'm gonna slow my roll, calm myself down. So I think Just for the Summer it's part of a series, I think. The only reason I can actually look at this camera right now is because I'm blind. I'm not wearing my glasses or my contacts. By the way, complete rabbit trail, I really need to get on meds for ADHD. Anyways, Just for the Summer, really cute. I rated it 3 stars. I do think it is part maybe of a, yeah, it is part of a series. It's the 3rd book in Part of Your World, but I did not read the first 2 books, and I really just enjoyed Just for the Summer. Like, as a standalone, it was really good. You don't need, like, the context of the other 2 books, but if you do plan on reading the other 2 books, I'm sure it's a lot like all those other series, where if you don't want spoilers, you have to read those 2 books first. Cool. But yeah, this one was really cute, and it's the concept of like, oh, this person, every time she dates someone, after they break up, they get married. But so this other dude also has the curse, and I think they get together in hopes that after they break up, they'll find a different, like, they'll find the one that they're gonna marry. But I think they end up just getting together. I don't know. I don't remember. I don't know how people do these videos. I cannot remember all the way back to February. Yeah, I finished it at the start of February, and it's almost February again, so, sucks to be me. Okay, now, time skip, book slump. How fun. It is now summer, end of summer. I did not read for 4 months, which is unlike me. But, then I read Beach Read by Emily Henry, and I know you guys all have probably heard great things about it, and screw hair ties, they make me itchy. I know you probably have heard great things about Beach Read by Emily Henry, and I do very much recommend it. Oh, I finished it at this. Did I go camping twice? May 19th? That's really early. Huh. No. July 23rd, I read this book. I finished it. It took me, I think, maybe like 2 days to read it after 4 months of a slump. It was 3 stars, but the premise of it is she has a new neighbor. The main character has a new neighbor, and they're both authors. So they swap genres. The 2 authors swap genres. One's a romance writer, and one is a, like, I don't know if it's nonfiction or, like, something different. It's very hard to remember. I have a very short memory. But they switch. And so they get out of their writing slump by switching, which I thought was really cute, and the story between them is really awesome. After that, during the camping trip still, I read Swift and Saddled. Honestly, very disappointing. Very, very disappointing. I don't have it in, I think it's at, no, I don't even know where it is anymore. Oh. No. Yeah, so what happened was, it was in my car, but I got in a car wreck, and they totaled my car, so I don't even know if I was able to get the book out of my car. And if I did, it was my dad who got it out, and I don't know where that book is now. I do have Done and Dusted, and I do have the 3rd one, which I'm going to read eventually. But anyways, Swift and Saddled, 2 stars, really smutty, really not great, really spicy, sex, but she's an interior designer and he works on the silly little ranch. What's the ranch called? Meadowlark? That's the name of a business here. That's really crazy to me. Anyways, after that, I read An Overdue Match, which is so much, it was such a good change of pace. Such a good change of pace from Swift and Saddled. This one is a cleaner Christian romance, which, oh my goodness, I didn't think I was gonna like it that much, but I did end up giving it 4 stars, and it is in a series. You do not have to keep reading the series, though. So An Overdue Match is about a tattoo artist and a librarian, and the librarian has alopecia, which, honestly, so I actually, not because she has alopecia, it is just a really heavy thing, so if you are a very judgmental person, you won't like the main character, and it's really hard to like a book with the main character that you don't like. Fourth wing. Anyways, so I ended up enjoying the characters after a little bit of time, but her insecurities are a really big focus of the book, which I get. It is made for teens. I am not a teen, I am an adult, so it was slightly difficult to read, but I was reading it with my mother to make sure it was okay for the Christian school library that she works at. So it was 4 stars, given the criteria. It was published only this year. I don't know if more of the series is out yet, but I guess I could check. Yes. No. Yes. The second book in the series is out, which sometimes is not a great sign if 2 books are published in the same year. Is that 2? 2 books are published in the same year, but you know, as long as 3 books aren't published in the same year, you're good to go. So yes, An Overdue Match is really good. This one doesn't count. Oh my gosh, guys, I'm a liar. I'm a big fat liar. No. There's 7 Harry Potter books, right? Why is Chamber of Secrets on here twice? Okay, so I did read 13 books, but they're incorrect on here. I have 2 of the same exact book, and they need to be different. So I read almost the entire Harry Potter series on Audible. I read very minimal physical books this year. I physically could not. So Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. I'm gonna rate them all together. Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix, and then I haven't read all 7. What's the Half-Blood Prince? There's 6 out of 7. I'm working on the 7th one currently. I'm on chapter 7. I'm on chapter 7 of the 7th book. 6, 7. Oh my gosh, 6. Oh, I'm so funny. Anyways, I've read 6 out of 7 of the Harry Potter books this year. I started in the summer. I'm still going right now. So that's, I guess, 1 Harry Potter book a month. So anyways, Harry Potter's a great series. It is made for kids. Very classic book, so good for adults. Sometimes have good messages. I don't support the author. Cool. I don't support the author. I just use what I already own. Yeah. Cool. Yay. The last book I will be talking about, unfortunately, which is going to make this a very short video, but for the first actual, other than my welcome video on my channel, it's gonna be a pretty decent sized length. I really don't want to go back and edit this. I think I might just chop out the beginning. So prematurely apologize for the terrible angles. Anyways, the last book. Is somebody awake? I hate recording when people are awake. The last book I read, other than the Harry Potters, this was before the last 2 Harry Potters I read, but after some of them. So, I read a lot of young adult books. If you couldn't tell, even though I am an adult, kids' books are just so much better than adult books. Adults are sucky, so. Last book. Tell Me What Really Happened by Chelsea Sidoti. I'm so sorry if I'm butchering your name and you're watching this video. Please don't kill me. I'm sorry. So anyways, Tell Me What Really Happened is it's interestingly formatted, and it's $8.91 on Kindle right now. Anyways, it's formatted really interesting, and it's about these group of friends that go camping in the woods, like, rather suddenly. Like, it's a very last minute trip. So 5 friends go out, and some of them aren't even really friends. They're just all in, like, the same group of people, I guess. So there's the main girl, there's her best friend, her boyfriend, the best friend's brother, and another girl. Can't tell you who she is. That would spoil it, and I'm trying to avoid spoilers. So they all go into the woods, and the main girl ends up murdered. So then it like alternates in between the police interviews and like storytelling of what happened that night. And I'm actually working on reading another book that's formatted just like this, and it's called Catch Your Death, which I'm reading in my book club. That's not really a book club, it's me and my mom and her friend. So, woohoo! Anyways, so you're basically like going along with the police to find out what's happening, and in the end, I did guess what was gonna happen, which I really enjoyed. Well, not exactly what was gonna happen, but it like close enough. I'm just that good at figuring things out, you know. It's also a young adult novel. Again, 416 pages, which I thought was a really good length, and it was a good pace too. I think I read it rather quickly. But yes, really great read. I do recommend it. 4 stars, maybe 4.5. But with that, that is all of the books I ended up reading this year. So the highest rated book I read this year, not very high, is 4.5. Was it Beach Read? I don't know. Can you guys jump back in time and tell me? My Goodreads is not loading anymore. Send out. Oh, okay. It was The Storied Life of A.J. Fikry. I really recommend it. I love it so much. I'm gonna can you guys see that? I love it so much. And I don't own it yet. I need to get a copy of it so it can go up with my books. Also, like my decor. So, I didn't rate it 5 stars just because I got confused near the end. So 4.5. 9 out of 10. Read it. If you don't, I'll come for you. I'll steal your ankles. Goodbye. I love you guys. Mwah.